those of you who remember the attack on our alpha red-tailed catfish, which alpha wasn't answering, and I don't know why. 2 days ago alpha started floating upside down. She's got some kind of gases in her stomach area that don't let her keep herself right side up and on the bottom. So I'm going to administer, I put her in this hospital tank, and she was really heavy. I'm going to try add some salt right now, about 0.5%. So for 200 gallons it's about 6 pounds, a little over. I'm gonna let it dissolve slowly. That's why I didn't dissolve it in the bucket. Let it dissolve on the bottom little by little. The vulture catfish is in the hospital too. I don't think Epsom salt bath would hurt it. It could actually use one, maybe two, just to see if it helps it. So I left it here as well. Yeah, she's been floating like this for 2 days and struggling like this for 2 days in the 4,500 gallon. And the pacu were started biting her fins and her barbels. As nasty opportunists as they are. But I needed to give her a bath just to try anyway. So I put her here in this 300 gallon quarantine tank that I have recently put together from two 120 gallon glass tanks. It's 5 feet wide by long by 4 feet wide by 2 feet deep. Right now I shut off the water flow, so this is a bath. There is no flowing water as usual through this tank. The vulture has been swimming better lately, so I don't know what to make of it. I haven't seen the discombobulated or erratic swimming from the vulture for the last few days. And the eyes actually started to clear up. Maybe it's a good sign. But yeah, alpha red-tailed catfish is our biggest red-tailed catfish, and it really hurts to see her in this state. She's been refusing food for about half a year, up to about maybe 3 months ago, and then started eating again. Sometimes catfish go through such periods of time fasting, but then apparently something else was developing at the same time. She's 8 years old. We got her in 2016 from Dayton, Ohio as a rescue. So we've had her 6 years, and she was about 2 years old when we got her. So I don't know her prehistory. 8 years old is 8 years is pretty short for a red-tailed catfish. I know people who kept them for 20, 30 years, 15, 20, and 30 years. And the longest that I know of in captivity has been about 45 years. And I don't know if this fish is still alive or not. been about 2 or 3 weeks. There is no improvement in the condition of the alpha red-tailed catfish. Epsom salt didn't seem to do didn't seem to do anything whatsoever. The buoyancy decreased a little bit, so it's but there is no improvement otherwise. Swims around this little tank in circles sometimes, other times just hangs just like you see, upside down. Maybe I should euthanize it pretty soon. It's painful to see her like that. I just have a hope that she might survive, but there is no indications whatsoever that the hope would ever come to fruition. It has been about 2 weeks since the alpha, 3 weeks, I keep losing track of time, since alpha got sick, and it wasn't a fluke or one odd one out. As you can see, another red tail is having the same problems. Swimming upside down, doesn't know where is up, where is down, where is left, where is right. This is the alpha male. They both came from Dayton, Ohio in 2016. And also the beta female has been restless as well and not eating much, not eating anything for the last 2 feedings, which are weekly. And she's been swimming swimming around a lot as well, so I'm afraid we're going to lose her too. Maybe I'm over worrying, but she's not behaving as I used to seeing her. But anyhow, as you can see, the second red tail, he's still breathing and he's moving around every now and then, but it's exactly the same thing that was happening with alpha, except alpha floated up. She had a little bit of gas. She had a little bit of gas inside of her that wouldn't let her sink. This male doesn't have that, but other than that, the erratic swimming, discombobulated, complete loss of balance, direction. That's the same as with the alpha female. Well, today, after about a month or maybe even a month and a half, that alpha female has been upside down, I come out to find her right side up. So that was a very pleasant surprise. I don't know if it means much yet, I'm afraid to hope. But maybe, just maybe, she's on the mend. She's still in the 300-gallon hospital tank. If you remember, the reason I put her here is because she was floating up at the surface at the beginning, and the pacu were biting her barbels, and that's why her barbels are messed up or almost missing. That's why I took her out and put her in the quarantine. Because really, otherwise I would not have done that. And the alpha male is still upside down in the same tank, 4,500 gallons. He's over there in the corner. But at least he's staying on the bottom, and the pacu are not biting his fins. Because as I said, when the female was floating at the surface, the pacu were biting her fins and her barbels, trying to rip them off. They're not doing it to this male that stays on the bottom. It's been on the bottom for about 2 or 3 weeks now. Seems pretty strong, but just can't right himself up. And the beta female is also very weak. She's got the same illness, I'm pretty sure. Sometimes she goes upside down, but for the most part she manages to stay right side up, just barely. She rolls badly. That's why she's using right now the wall to help her stay right side up and help her not roll over. And then the beta male, the young one, the one that's swimming fine, looks like it has been fine, but it hasn't eaten much the last 2 or 3 feedings, which are weekly feedings. So I'm a bit concerned for him as well, but at least he's been behaving quite normally so far, apart from the reduced appetite. Usually it's a hog. So here's our poor older alpha male. Well, that's our update. Today is September 22nd, 2022. When you touch that part of the tummy, it's firm. I mean, it's not a gas, it's not a liquid. It's pretty firm. I don't know if you can see that the fish is moving the stomach muscles. So they're bulging in and out. Anyhow, that's our semi-optimistic update for right now.